Hey everybody, welcome back to Miskatonic Investigations. Today we're going to talk about witches in New York. So it's not the witches of Eastwick, it's the witches of New York City. There are in fact witches in New York City. Of course, what witches are we talking about? So there are people who follow the beliefs and religion of Wicca. And then there are people who just are into herbs and so kind of more in nature, the kind of wise women. There are people who are into witchcraft, but again, more as a hobby. Into spells, there's a lot of bookstores that sell spells. But I'm really talking about real witches, witches that you'd see in the movies, right? Just like we talked last time about vampires and werewolves, and there are people that channel that and kind of try to emulate that, but they're not real vampires or real werewolves. And the question was, are there real vampires and werewolves in New York City? And so are there real witches, and the stereotype of witches, the evil witches? We know most people that practice the nature religions, that's not associated with evil. That was a relatively recent kind of turn in history. But the stereotype of witches, do these beings who have malevolence, do they exist? Well, similar with werewolves and vampires, we don't know for sure. Certainly New York City would be a great place for them if they did. There's no concrete. Again, most of the witches that are in New York are people that just do this as a hobby, or they follow the religion of Wicca or the nature religions and spirituality, and they're not seeking to do harm in any way, and they're not these kind of earth entities or deities or entities, these kind of like evil entities or demons or anything like that. Do those exist though? And again, the jury's out on that. Some people say absolutely, they do, they're around, and they do have the power, they tap into that power. Other people say no, that's just an exaggeration. There are Wicca and there are nature people that are into nature religions and spirits, but the stereotype is an exaggeration of that, taking it to a level that is just like in the movies. I personally don't know. I haven't seen any, just like I haven't seen any vampires or werewolves. I have not seen any, quote, real witches. But again, we don't really know what's out there. So if any of you do, I'd be curious to find out. Again, I think New York would be the place, or any big city. So again, there are the usual stuff in New York City of witch groups and witch covens and get-togethers and even meetups and Facebook groups and these kind of bookstores for that kind of witchcraft and the religious part. But I'd be curious if anyone knows about real witches in New York City. Anyway, I hope this was helpful, and I will see you next time. Thanks.